Hi, hello friends. We are back to a very interesting subject now. And the last 2 or 3 days in our country, in India, we're passing through a wonderful time. There are major reforms of the GST that's happening. The government is doing its best. And I think practically most of the essential items that every house needs, every man needs, I think that's we are going to get them either at a very minimum GST level, or some of them are also without the GST tax. That's fantastic. This is quite a lot of amount that we every day when we go look at the bills, we find that what we have consumed or used is 60% of the bill, and 40% of it is the tax that we pay. Now they are off the scene. So it's a wonderful one, and I think we all should give a wonderful rousing applaud to the government of India for this wonderful benefits. So the other day, it was I was on the TV 2 days ago or 3 days ago, hearing our finance minister announcing the scheme. It was wonderful. And among the various changes that they are making, the progressive changes they have made, with wonderful changes. The finance minister announced that the Indian breads, please hear this word, she announced that the Indian breads would be tax-free. And she also announced, the madam also announced, that the Indian breads are roti, paratha, paneer, tandoor, whatever breads, etc. These are the Indian breads, and they are tax-free now. There is no GST for them. It comes there. Earlier they were either 5 or 10 or whatever. There are variations, but now they are all tax-free. So we go to the various hotels or the best or whatever, and eat the best of the Indian breads, but with no tax. Hats off. And I tell you, this is a gift to every Indian. So hearing this, I was so overjoyed. My wife was sitting opposite in the room where I am. I just said, hey, this is a wonderful thing that's come, and it's absolutely not, with no GST. I don't know from where she is. She suddenly asked me, so are we going to get idlis without tax, GST, idli and dosa? She asked. I said, come again? She said, no, are idlis also a part of this? Are idlis and dosas are also part of it? I said, I don't know. We need to check here. I'm sure. If we have roti and naan and parathas and pulkaos there, so I'm sure idli and dosas also would be. So I said, let me check. So I checked. I asked a couple of people, called up a couple of hotels who we know, and said, is that included? She said, no, sir, that has not been included at all. No, as the finance minister ever made, has not even made a statement about any of these things, which is. So then I asked a couple of my neighbors, we were talking, they said, so a small, I don't know whether it was an oversight or it was intentionally done, or there is some logic behind why they have not mentioned it or why they have not reduced it. Because it continues now, since it is unmentioned, it continues to anywhere between 5 to 10-15% for different items, like dosa is on one, idli is on one, I don't know what else, and the batter that we buy for making it at home, the idli batter and dosa, they're all at, I think, 15%. So a good friend of mine in the local said, sir, why are they not giving any relief to South Indian eateries? This is something that every home eats. Roti is eaten every home there. Idli is eaten in every home here. Evening we do, instead of dinner, we mostly have dosas and idli in some form. So what are we to pay, and the people up north don't pay? So again, I was the other gentleman besides me was saying, oh, is this another form of Hindi? So if it is Hindi, it's not South, everyone must be. Now tax there for GST for their rotis and paneer and whatever else are all tax free, and you have to pay for it here. So this, my friend, is the subject that we are talking today. So again, I would like to draw all your attention is, maybe this has not been done intentionally, maybe this was an oversight, we don't know. And maybe we will be getting a review in a day or two from the government to say, no, idli also is inclusive. Idli dosa is also taxed. Hopefully, we should. But at the moment, it is not. But the question I have in my mind, which I need to throw it open to all of you, is these decisions of the reforms of what items to be reduced, what items to be waived off, all these have been sat down and arrived at through a council, what they call the GST council, and the council consists of the members, ministers and members and administrative members of every state. So my question here is, how is it that the people representing Tamil Nadu or Karnataka or Telangana or Andhra or Kerala have not raised this subject? Are they part of this? Are they aware of it? So when someone is talking besides me sitting in the table and says, I want my roti without GST, so is there no man, no minister or others from any of the southern 5 states who's going to say, we need to have idli also without that? Has it been overlooked or has it been ignored? Or is it something else different? Like I just said now, is it something like Hindi that was once said you need to speak? Fine, that's over now, it's the past, and we are all happy we're working together. But no, what is this suddenly that idli, dosa, paneer, you got to pay tax. Roti, you don't need to pay tax. Right? Chana, you don't need to pay. Paneer, you don't need to pay tax. Naan, you don't need to pay tax. But here for uttapam, you have to pay tax. For dosa, you have to pay. For idli, you have to pay. For idiyappam, you have to pay. Why? What's going wrong? I think, my friends, this is something I'm bringing. As usual, we in the three U's, we bring up some subjects like this, which will kindle your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts. Basically, it is to kindle your thoughts, and maybe all of us in our own little humble way play a role in rectifying various things that come to our notice. And this platform is just to bring it to everyone's information that these things need to be addressed and thought of. Right? Please do offer your comments on this. This needs to be addressed. It's a small idli, but it is making a difference across the country. And you know what the cost of idli is. Idli is available even at 5 rupees, 3 rupees in the market. But see the change, see the impact it can have across the country. Right? Thank you. I'll wait for your comment. Bye.